Hey folks, I hope everybody's having a great day. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've made a video. I have been on vacation, have been a little bit too busy to make any videos, so do apologize for that, but I put my vacation first. Sue me. Okay, so today's video, we got a lot to cover. We got to cover 2 weeks worth of dividends, show you my portfolio, how it's doing, my opinion on some of the investments that I've made. So we're going to cover week 23 and 24 in dividends, talk about the market and some other stuff that I got going on. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, folks. Okay, the market has been on uptick. Today we had a nice green day. There's some positive signs of hopefully some peace in the Middle East, and I don't know, things have been kind of quiet around the tariffs. They were delayed until July, and then we had the whole court saying that the president can't do the tariffs. So there's still a lot that could happen, but it is what it is. We'll take the positive as we're getting it. So let's talk about real quick channel, folks. Got 112 subscribers. Appreciate everybody jumping on and subscribing. So thank you for that. And let's hop into the portfolio. Okay, so this is my portfolio. For those who are new, I invested about $186,000 this year. As you can see, my portfolio is sitting at $159,576. Now, you might ask, what happened? Did my dividends erode? Is that the case for it? Well, no, actually, I've done a couple of things with this portfolio. I've done some margin hammer strategy where I did some day trading. I made some money, I lost some money. Pretty much it came out to be a wash. It was very stressful, and I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys. In that process, as I was making the money, I withdrew that money to pay off some of the debts that I had. So long story short, I'm still about, I would say, roughly $10,000 in the plus since the beginning, which means I really withdrew around, let's see here, if we're at 160, about 160. So I withdrew about $35,000 out of this portfolio since its inception. So this is where we're sitting today. Now, let's talk about some of the funds that I have here, how they're performing. We'll sort by largest position here, and it is in Misty, my largest position. As you can see, it's $56,000. It's one of my most riskiest position, I would say, and it's actually been so far pretty steady. You can see here that it is down $1,600, but last time I got a dividend of like $3,700 on this Misty. So that being said, I'm about $2,000 in the plus on this position, which is pretty good. Next position is QDTE, and this one I have $54,500 in here. As you can see, I'm up 0.5%. Next position is XDT. This one's down 6.69%. You might ask why. Well, I actually bought into this position. This was my largest position from the beginning, and I bought into it back in March, right before tariffs were announced. So I bought at the high before the dip, and it's just been slowly recovering. So this was as low as about 9% at one point. So it's slowly crawling back here. If we see a recovery in the market overall, S&P 500, we should see this come back to zero as we're getting our dividends. Next one is PLTY. This is from YieldMax on Palantir. I'm up 4.5%. Palantir underlier has been a rocket. So whoever bought into that stock has made a lot of money. And I have about $33,800 in this. BTCI is from Neos. This is on Bitcoin. This one's up 3.71%. I have $25,000 in here, and it's been great. NVIDIA. This is from YieldMax again on NVIDIA. We're up 0.38%. This pays great dividend. And next three is the ones that I've bought in actually today, and I'll cover those. I got into some Coney. Now, I don't know if I'll hold this long term or not. I see a momentum with Coinbase. has been climbing, so I bought into it today. I threw in $9,600 on margin. TSLY, this is from Max on Tesla, and we are up 5.7%. So we're really killing it on this one. This one pays really great dividend. It's been down slightly today, closed $150 down, but I have 1,000 shares in this, so it's been very solid. Next one's AMDY, is another one I bought into today. My reasoning for AMDY, AMD underlier has been actually crawling back. And if you look at all-time high, as you can see, we had the all-time high back in 2024, then we had a huge dip, and now it's slowly crawling back. So I wanted to kind of play around with it, see if we can get some dividends added as AMD stock recovers. HOOY from YieldMax, this is on Hood, Robinhood, and I got into this position today with 100 shares. Not a large position, but it is one of the more expensive dividend stocks that they have. This one's at $67 a share. SMCY, this one I've had for a while. As you can see, this one, I got into it at the wrong time. It dipped. I'm down 21% on this. I'm kind of holding on to it, see what happens. Not ready to unload it yet. It still pays pretty steady as far as the dividend. Looks like it's up 4.3% today, which is great. But really, I just got into it back in, I believe, let's see, March or February, somewhere around here. And it's just been one of those that I didn't get into at the right time. Last one here is TSMY, and this is on TSMC. And this one is down 1.48%. And it did just have its dividend payout, so we'll see how that recovers. So overall, let's see here. I have on margin right now $113,000. This is the largest margin position that I've ever held, and being a little bit more risky here, but my my own money in here is $159,000. So I still have some the gap between most of my money is my own money, and then I'm utilizing $113,000 of margin. So overall, the portfolio is down 1%. And let's see what the dividend view is here. If we click on dividend view, this is what Fidelity calculates that I'm going to receive in dividends. It's saying my annual dividend income should be $189,299. Now, if that's going to be true or not, we will see. And that's why we document this. Okay, so that's what I got for my portfolio. Let's talk about the dividends that I received. I kind of reorganized my spreadsheet a little bit here, trying to make it a little bit more harmonized. And really, we're looking to see, and let me just minimize some of these previous weeks so we can focus on what's at stake here. Just minimize this, my own calculations here. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so these are all the positions that I'm holding. Week 23, what I got in dividends. XCT, I got $200. QDT, I got $227. This was the lowest payout I've seen from QDT. Tesla, I got $402. TSMY, I got $223. So week 23, I finished with $1,054 in dividends. Not too bad, one of the lower weeks. And we'll move on to week 24, which was last week. 230 from XDT, as you can see, a small uptick. 319 from QDT, much better. NVIDIA paid $690. PLTY paid a whopping $1,653. So we finished last week at $2,893. All right, so that is what I got in the past 2 weeks. Now, this week, as you can see, the color codes here, I'll try to group by weeks. This week, we're going to get BTCI payout. We're going to get a payout on Coney, AMD, and Hui. And we will see, aside from our weekly pairs, XDT and QDT, and we'll see what that will total to be. So I'm predicting between these four, I should get at least $2,000 and plus another 500 bucks from my weekly payouts. So we'll check that out and we'll report on how those are performing. Now, one thing to note here is the reason I got into some of these funds was to really get more even payout on each week. So I wanted to beef up this week, and that's why I added through these other positions. Now, another one that I want to beef up is obviously the week one, which is Tesla and TSMY. As you can see, this week only would generate around $1,000. So I'd like to get somewhere around $2,000 at least a week, and that would be a great target. Now, Misty, I do have a large position in that, so obviously that will compensate as long as it holds up. So that's what's going on with my portfolio, folks, with the dividends. One thing I wanted to talk about, going back to the portfolio, is what's going on with the margin stuff, right? Okay, so I took a lot of stuff on margin. How am I actually getting these dividends? What's going on? So the way that this works, and I'll make a separate video on this, but for those of you who are new to this kind of concept, your broker will give you margin that you can basically use their money to invest into anything you want. And if you invest into dividend paying stocks, once that dividend is paid, it goes right against the margin. Okay, so this Friday, when I get my dividends for this week and for the monthly payers, let's say if I get $3,000 in dividends, this margin is going to go down to $110,000. Now, how am I actually using the dividends, you may ask? Well, this is the beauty of it. If you can negotiate your rate for margin. So I negotiated my rate for margin with Fidelity to 6.375% or something like that. Now, basically, if you need the money like today, let's say you want to pay off your credit card, or if you want to go buy your car or pay for your groceries or do whatever you want, you can actually use margin to do that. And when you get the dividend, that margin will get paid off. So basically, by not holding up the money and by borrowing the money from the margin and then paying off with the dividends, you're actually allowing the dividends, to compound, to pay more and to pay down your margin much faster. So that's kind of the theory behind it. A lot of people do this. Obviously, you want to play it smart. You want to not over leverage. You want to be in somewhat safe funds. So again, a lot of this is risky. This is not for you guys to copy. Do at your own risk, so they say. But that's kind of the game plan that I have going on here. So I'm using the margin when I need it. If I have a bill or anything that I need to cover, I can use that margin. The dividend that gets paid out will then cover that margin amount. So in a way, you kind of bank yourself, and you don't have to go out looking for loans or using credit cards or borrowing from banks when you can do everything in one system. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, we're at 14-minute mark. That's pretty much all I had to cover. Again, appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe, like this video if you found this useful, and we'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care.